Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Canadian tourists, Trump, declines, and billions. While Trump backed off on China for 90 days, which was certainly the most pressing scenario capable of derailing the U.S. economy, there's another issue that is still getting worse. When Trump started his global trade war that so far has not paid off, he hit Canada pretty hard. Not just with trade barriers, but also with pretty pointed rhetoric. He referred to the Prime Minister as governor and referred to their country as the 51st state. He talked about adjusting borders and talked about taking over the country. While that rhetoric has softened, it isn't gone. But what is gone are Canadian tourists, in large numbers. That's unsurprising, since Trudeau told Canadians to choose Canada for their travel, and said, quote, "It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and tourist destinations our great country has to offer." When that happened back in February, the U.S. Travel Association provided some projections. Quote, "Canada is the top source of international visitors to the United States, with 20.4 million visits in 2024, generating $20.5 billion in spending and supporting 140,000 American jobs. A 10% reduction in Canadian travel could mean 2 million fewer visits, $2.1 billion in lost spending, and 14,000 job losses. A 10% reduction at the time seemed catastrophic and unthinkable. Now, with a couple of months' hindsight, it seems more like wishful thinking. A 10% reduction could lead to 2 million fewer visits for the year. The numbers, looking at their residents returning from the U.S. when compared to the previous year, show about 700,000 fewer return trips, in April alone, by car. If you add in the reduction in return air travel, which is another reduction of about 580,000 trips when compared to the previous year, we're looking at the loss of almost 1.3 million trips in April alone. Going by the Travel Association numbers, it's relatively safe to say that Trump's trade war with Canada cost the U.S. $1 billion in tourism revenue just in April. And the conditions are set now to lose thousands of jobs. It wasn't just April. April's car trips were down 35% when compared to the previous year. March was down 32%. February was down 23%. Based on the Travel Association's numbers and this trend, it seems like tens of thousands of jobs are in jeopardy, and billions of dollars will be lost because of Trump's social media posts about Canada being the 51st state and his trade war. What's really important to remember is that this isn't the result of a policy decision by the Canadian government. This is the result of a policy decision by the Canadian people. They decided to not spend money with the U.S. That shift in attitude isn't necessarily going to end when Trump ends his trade war against Canada. Some of these effects will likely last years. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.